Have you missed me? So before I start today's video, I just want to address a couple of things. First of all, trying something out today, something different. I know the lighting isn't optimal, but I've been at it for so long that there's no more natural light outside, or very minimal. So it's gonna be a bit cozy today, a bit warm, and so I don't know if I'll be able to fix that in the editing. If not, welcome to orange me and fairy lights. So it's back to 2014 YouTube. And second of all, yeah, I haven't posted in months. The reason for that being, I moved to Switzerland and back to Germany within the last 4 months, and yeah, things got a bit crazy during that time. So this is my first video being back. I tried making the third video in my 4th-part series. I tried making that video, but it just feels really weird at the moment and it's just really difficult to make. So I'm just making something else, something that I wanted to do first. So hopefully when that's out of the way, I'll feel capable to make the third video. So let's just jump into today's video. Today's video is traveling tips for those with anxiety and depression. I was on vacation recently as well with my boyfriend, and this time was better than most other times. So I kind of took note on what all of the things that kind of made me feel better, or the things that I found were what led to our success. I couldn't have asked for a better vacation, and I think these tips really helped both sides, so myself and my boyfriend, with this. So I thought I'd share them here. Tip number 1, make a list using the traffic light system. For those of you who don't know what a traffic light system is, I actually have my own little thing. So green, yellow, and red, so like the colors of the traffic lights. Basically, you list your levels of anxiety from green to red. Green being slight anxiety, red being I'm very anxious, get me out of here, level of anxiety. I'll just show you mine real quickly. I kind of covered those up for a second, but green, yellow, and red, and with each category you have the actions that you would take to make yourself calm down. So ideally, whenever you feel like, oh, anxiety is coming up, you'll already start, from the first step and do the things that help you get rid of your anxiety before it escalates any further. But in some situations, obviously, don't start at green, but it jumps to whatever level it is, depending on the stress level. But yeah, this is a list that my boyfriend and I created a 1.5 years ago. It was the first time that we went out together to a big event, let's say. It was a wedding that we were invited to, and we made this list before we went there so that my boyfriend knows the cues of how I'm feeling, or if I say like, hey, this is what's happening, please help me, that we get through together, and that he knows what's up, or at which stage I am, or what he can do to help me. I'll give a couple of examples from my list. In green, I have breathing exercises. So what I do is I close my eyes, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and breathe out for 6 seconds. I know it sounds a bit weird, like how can you breathe out for 6 seconds? Once you get used to it, like the first time it's always like a bit like, oh, I'm out of breath, but once you get into it, it really regulates your breathing and slows your heart rate, or in my case it does. So that's like one of the things that I listed down for green, because I know that if we just stop and I do that, I'll come down a notch, I'll feel a bit better. And it just, it brings that slowness back. For yellow, I noted down a few more things. One was to go outside so that I get to fresh air, because I think, if you're in a crowded room and like there's a lot of people around, it helps going out. And the second thing on my list is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. Again, for anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's using your senses. So like, name me 5 things that you see that are red, 4 things that you can smell, 3 things that you can see, 1 thing you can taste, and so on. So like, you know, you use all your senses and incorporate them with these numbers so that you focus your thoughts on something else. The last category, which is red, which we'd already agreed if I reach level red anxiety, we'll leave without having to say anything else. So here I suggest having a code word, or because I sometimes when I have really bad anxiety, or when I used to have really bad anxiety, it was really difficult to speak. So we actually said that, you know, rubbing his earlobe twice, just going like 1, 2, that was my sign of saying, I need to get out of here, I'm not well. With whomever you're going there, that you sit down before the vacation, make a list of your own, and just talk to each other and say, hey, can you also have this? So when you know that this is happening, help me with it. You know, like sometimes it's easier to do some exercises if the person with you is like, hey, okay, let's do it together, or you know, just helps you complete them. So a very big tip. I think this is very important to do if you're traveling with someone else. Tip number 2, do your research before you go. I spent, I think, a whole day just on the internet Googling all the destinations and all the things we can do in the city that we were at before we went there. We didn't end up doing all of them. We also ended up doing different things. But for me, it gave me that safety net of I'm not completely lost. I know some things and I can always fall back on them. I just wrote mine on a little piece of paper. I don't know where it is now, otherwise I'd show it to you, but I just wrote it on a little piece of cardboard, and on the front there are restaurants, on the back there were cafes and a couple of things to do. Tip number 3, plan some me time. If you're anything like us, your days are always packed on vacation. I mean, obviously we're not on vacation every month, so when you get to go somewhere once or twice a year only, you make the most of it, or we try to at least. And that can get really hectic, especially if you have planned, you know, like just like this and that and this and that, you know. Make sure that you plan some me time in there. Just if you're feeling like you're getting a bit overwhelmed by anything, take a step back, just say, hey, I need an hour for myself, or 2 or 3, you know, whatever it is that you need, and take that time for yourself. Sometimes what really helps me is just to lie there and listen to Audible. You know, just an hour of that makes me feel so much better, and then I'm ready and powered up to go on and face the rest of our adventure. Maybe just see if you're planning in some time for yourself to gather your thoughts and your energy again. Number 4, have a backup plan. You never know in which mood you're going to wake up. I have had so many days where I was just like, oh yeah, today I feel so good, tomorrow I want to do this, and this, and just go crazy. And then the next day I wake up and I'm just laying in bed and it's just not the same day. It's just not the same energy level. I'm just not feeling well. Or, you know, just I feel like I just need a bit more time to get into that spirit or mood. You know, but I think this is important, just to give yourself that, you know, that room to say, you can still do what you wanted to do, but it just might take an hour until you get to that point. Number 5, set yourself up for success. If you know that your hair doesn't react well to hotel shampoo, take your own. I say this because I am one of those people. I just always get really frustrated if I don't have my own stuff with me, so I got these travel-sized, travel-sized bottles. So it's really great because they fit into your hand luggage. They come with a little bag as well. So this one's shampoo and this one's conditioner. I'll take these with me wherever I go because I know how they work, and I know that I won't just have a really dry, itchy scalp randomly. It does happen, or at least to me. So yeah, that would be one other thing. If you know the struggle of having cold sores, always have your cream or whatever is with you. I did end up having not 1, but 2 cold sores on our vacation. Fantastic. But I did have my like cold sore cream with me, which I always carry with me. They ended up not going crazy big or crazy wild, or you know, like those big painful ones where your lip swells up to like 3 times its size. Wasn't one of those, thankfully, because as soon as I felt it itching, I just put on my cream, and then the next day we got some of those little clear sticker thingies that you put on, and yeah, that just, you know, if I hadn't have had my cream with me, I probably would have just, it would have gotten really bad, and probably wouldn't have any pictures of me from my vacation, because taking pictures of yourself when you have a huge giant cold sore is not fun. Smiling or actually talking with a huge giant cold sore isn't fun. So yeah, set yourself up for success, not failure. And finally, tip number 6. Take along a few things where you know, whenever I use them, I'm just so happy. They'll always make your day, they'll always make you feel better. Just have 1 or 2 of those things with you. Maybe this falls into set yourself up for success, maybe. I just want to emphasize, because I think this is really what made me feel so good and so, you know, so relaxed, and, you know, got me into vacation mood. So for me, one thing was, like, it's this tanning lotion, but it's not permanent. It's just you put it on and it gives you a bit of color, let's say, from Lush. It's called Black Stockings, if I'm not, yeah, Black Stockings. And especially if you're going on summer vacation, I have the whitest legs at the moment. So this thing, you know, it's really not, it doesn't really make a big difference, but it just gives you the slightest color, and there are shimmery parts in it, and it just makes your skin so smooth. So it doesn't really give that much color, but it makes, or for me at least, it just makes my legs look so much healthier. Just, you know, a bit of sparkle and the slightest bit of brown. And you know, when you wash it off, it's all off. It's nothing like self-tan or anything that you know, it just gives you that orange glow or anything. No, it's nothing like that. But that just made me feel so much better about my legs. You know, the first day on vacation, I wore a skirt, and I just thought, no, no. But then I put this on, and it just was a totally different feeling from there on. And then my second product was this massage oil from Rituals. I knew that there was a sauna in the hotel, and I knew that we'd be spending some time in there. For me, there's nothing nicer than, like, you know, just massaging my legs with this oil after I've come out of the sauna, because your skin feels so smooth and so fresh, and then you put this on, and like the next day you just feel like your whole skin is softer than it has ever been. Or if you've had a long day, you know, you need a bit of a back rub. What can I say? Warming massaging oil as well, so you know, you feel it, you actually feel it getting warmer. Oh, and it smells so good as well. It just adds so much more to the massage. And in combination with my other product, I just felt like my legs looked just healthier than ever. And those little things, just from feeling that little difference, or that little moment, you know, when you get to put on your massage oil, or get that little massage from your significant other or your bestie or whomever you're on vacation with. For me, that was just top notch. Those are the things that just really helped make our vacation so perfect. But let me know if you guys have any tips on making that travel experience perfect, and which feel-good products you would take on your vacation. Thanks for dropping in, and I'll see you next time. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe. Thank you.